All right guys, we're back in the garage today because now the truck is due for an oil change. So what we're gonna do is do that outside. It is very cold out today. I looked earlier, the real feel was like -1 or something, or 1 degree, I don't know. It's chilly, so we're gonna be inside. You guys have seen me do this before, and those of you that haven't, I'm sure you've seen an oil change. So we're not gonna go too crazy with it. Kind of blast through it, get it done, and then I think tomorrow we're gonna camp. Sometimes part stores mess up. If you guys caught my last oil change, the wrong oil filter was actually on this truck and they gave me the right one. So always just kind of double check. They got part numbers, you can match those up. Good to go. Always put a little oil on your rubber gasket. Those oil filters do not need torqued as hard as you can get them, by the way. I know some of you have probably went behind someone and tried to take them off and they're impossible. That rubber seal seals really well. I go tight with my hand, like easy, and then I give it one good like hard turn, and that's good. I've never had one back off, I've never had one leak, nothing. And another good idea to do is to write down the date and your miles somewhere. I care more about the miles myself because like oil doesn't go bad, you know what I mean? But you can rack up miles. So at the very least do that. I always write mine down on like a piece of paper or a post-it note or something and stick it inside the truck, because I used to put it in my phone, but if you lose your phone, there you lost your miles. Some people write it on the filter, but sometimes it can get all dirty and then you try to wipe it and you might wipe the marker off, I don't know. So I just write it, put it inside. I always go in with this Lucas. I'm going with high mileage this time because this thing has like 200 and some thousand, and this stuff, I think it's like 75,000 they consider high mileage anymore. Stuff is apparently proven to be better. Now, I'm not sponsored by that stuff by any means, the Lucas oil stabilizer. But one thing I will say is I have 2 other vehicles that I've had, one for 5 years and one for like 3.5, something like that. The one I've had the longest has 267,000 miles on it now. That's my work truck. It's a GMC, has a 6.0 LS engine in it. And then my other vehicle is a Suburban, 2003 Chevy Suburban. It has the 8.1 496 big block Chevrolet engine in that. That is the vehicle I used to camp with on the channel in the beginning. A lot of you probably remember that. So I've changed the oil in both of those basically on time or shortly after, since I've had them, and I've put that Lucas in there every single oil change, and the oil pressure has always been great. It doesn't need a ton between changes. The GMC, I don't think I added any between changes, maybe a half a quart, I don't know, it's not much if any. And then the Suburban is a big block. It's kind of the nature of the beast, they burn a little more oil normally. I usually add a quart between changes. But great oil pressure, no weird noises, no knocks, no smoke. It just, I don't know, it seems to be better. I always use the regular white bottle of Lucas. This time we're going with that high mileage stuff. We'll see how it does in this thing. Oh, so we're gonna throw that in there, top off a little oil, and we're done. The Lucas bottle also makes a pretty good funnel if you just cut the bottom off. All right, we're topped off. So one last thing I'm going to say is do some research. Don't hold me to this, but I've talked to a few different people and done a little research myself. Apparently there's only a few oil manufacturers around. So whether you got like dollar store oil, Fram, Pennzoil, whatever, a lot of those come from the same place. So if some of you are kind of picky on what you use, think about that. Obviously something like Royal Purple, is that what it's called? Like the oil that actually looks purple. is different, right? But a lot of this regular old like SAE or whatever oil is all the same. I don't know about synthetic because I don't use synthetic. Some of those might be different, but I just go with the frame. It's cheap, does the same thing. I put additive in it anyway, have no issues. So I'm gonna write down my miles, write down the date. Next time you see me, we're going camping. All right, now it's camp time. So what I need to do is run in the grocery store, grab a few supplies. I need some gasoline. I think that's it. We'll off to camp. All right, stay tuned. We'll be there shortly. Groceries, check. All right, gasoline, check. What I should do before I wreck myself, check. All right, I think that's everything. Let's get back on the road and get to camp. So I do have a little bit of a fire going, but that thing is fighting me like really bad. Been at it for, I don't know, like 20 minutes easily. Just trying to get some flames kicking up out of there. But there's no breeze like at all. And the snow is so packed around the fire pit, it's just not getting any draft at all. So I got some of that scraped out of there and got a little bit of fire going, but I would like to get started on dinner pretty soon. I've not eaten today, getting kind of hungry, and it's a little chilly. I just would like to have a good fire going. It's 17 degrees right now. I am not sure what the low is going to be tonight. I want to say tonight was one of the nights it might be in the negatives. I'm not sure. But we have definitely something a little different on the menu this evening. Got some new sauces to try, some new foods to try, of course new beer, all that good stuff. So I think what we're going to do is just get right into it. Okay, so what we're going to do to start with is we're going to try a new camp soda. It's another Founders, which you guys have definitely seen on the channel before. Now, I know they make an all-day IPA, right? I think it's more green. All-day haze. I can't keep track of these. Like, there's so many IPAs out there. I know I just did one recently that was similar to this because I said I like the artwork because of the Jeep. I want to say that was like a fall time drink, fall beer, because it had orange on the tree, and that has green. Flavorful and easy drinking. Session Hazy IPA. Fruity, floral. I don't know. It could be that same one. I'm almost sure, though, that the tree, I think I remember saying that the trees had orange and it was like fall time. I don't know. Anyway, 4.9%. So nothing too crazy. Most of the all days are usually on the lower end. That way you can sip on them all day. I think that's the whole point. So we're gonna give it a shot here. Everything kind of covered in snow, because if Mother Nature is gonna give me ice and snow, I'm gonna use it as a cooler. Nothing too crazy or dark. Most of these all day, like easy drinking, like they're usually pretty good. Yeah, about like I expected. Definitely fruity and floral. I'll give them that. I'm not the kind of person that would sit around all day drinking IPAs, even if they are like less than 5%. But I would have another one of those. It's not too bad. Yep, not the best fad. Last week's was better. I still give it like a 6.1. Hopefully my voice sounds a little better. I think I can still hear like the congestion or whatever from being under the weather all last week, but I am feeling better. I know a couple of you out there told me to get better soon, so I appreciate you guys thinking about me. Right now all I can really do is sit here and try to let this burn down a little bit, because that's not nearly ready to cook on. I may just stoke it up real big, throw some pans on there, just about burn or absolutely burn everything, and we'll just hope for the best. Yep, that's the plan. So what I found in the grocery store is this. Now I know some of you out there are viewers of Hot Ones. It's the show where his name's Sean Evans, I think, and he has like celebrities on, and there's 8 or 10 wings, I think, and they like progressively get hotter. And a few of the sauces they use are their own. They got like a lab somewhere, and they make new hot sauces all the time. So my guess is they teamed up with Ragu and just threw some of their hot sauce in with some like marinara. I'm not sure, but very intrigued. I know it's not hot sauce, but it is spicy and it is sauce. So definitely a little different, but possibly tasty. First one is fiery garlic. That's at the bottom of the list. And chipotle blaze, a little hotter. And then the chili inferno is the hottest. So I wanted to grab it before it disappeared, because it definitely says limited edition right on it. Well, I wasn't making 3 different pasta dishes, right, to try these. That's too much, even though I'm always too much. But I figured this would be a little bit better of an idea, a little more reasonable anyway. I've never had TGI Fridays mozzarella sticks there or out of the store, so I don't know, hopefully they're good. Crispy garlic seasoned cheese sticks with marinara sauce. Well, we're not doing the marinara sauce, we got our own. All right, so what I'm gonna do is get these on, see if I can't get them cooking, and hopefully this stuff doesn't freeze, because some of the stuff that is in the back of this truck is frozen solid. All right, let's try them on their own first. We'll go with the fiery garlic, since it's at the bottom of the heat list, heat scale. Still says mild heat. I'm normally not a big fan of Ragu, but let's see. Smell a little garlic. That is tasty. That is so much better than I thought it would be. And I've already stripped the cap. I barely even torqued it. I hope the other 2 are that good. Heat-wise, definitely the lowest. Gotta be. Because there's almost none. But that is so good. All right, on to the next. Those are looking pretty good, actually. All right, we're gonna let those cool for a minute, because that's gonna burn me even when I'm done doing this. Chipotle blaze. See, this one has the barbacoa, like Hot Ones sauce on the bottle. I didn't look at the other one, but maybe they just add their barbacoa to Ragu and call it Chipotle blaze. I don't know, I like Chipotle flavor normally. Smells a little like Chipotle, not as strong as I thought it would. That one's really good too. Some Chipotle flavors are just kind of overpowering. That's like just subtle enough to where it's kind of perfect. I want that on like a meatball hoagie. I bet that would be good. Okay, last but not least, chili inferno. All right, that second one wasn't hot either. Like, it had a little bit more of a kick maybe, but like, if any. This one says extra hot. It has the last dab bottle on this one, so they must put a dash of that in there. I don't know, I've never had any of the Hot Ones sauces, so I don't know what to base this off of. It definitely has a little bit of a heat smell to it, nothing too crazy. All right, camera's acting up. I guess it's too cold for it. I don't know. So I'm not sure what of that you saw, but I was trying the last Ragu hot sauce, marinara sauce. It's got the last dab in it. Hopefully you see it. I'm gonna try it again with a cheese stick in a minute, but I just took a little sip. Way hotter than the last one. It's not unbearable. It has a good taste, but it's definitely the hottest one. Like, it went from nothing to barely to like a pretty good jump. So now let's see what the cheese stick itself tastes like. pretty big and wide for a cheese stick. Nice and crispy. It like started the cheese pool. I also didn't try very hard, but not the worst I've had. All right, let's see how they taste in the ragu sauces. Okay, so the first one does have a bottle on it. I don't know how I overlooked that. It just has the classic. I think that's like the first one on the list. So, I wouldn't imagine it would have been very hot. It's a good, healthy dunk in there. It's so cold out that they are already cool. And it's only been just long enough to sip on that last jar and talk for like a minute. That one's good. If you don't have a big heat tolerance but want a little kick to yours, that's a good one. Definitely try that. All right, now we're back to the Chipotle Blaze. I think this one will be all right in here probably. So for mozzarella sticks, this one's not as good. Tastes all right. It almost has like a sweetness to it now mixed with this. That one might be better on a meatball or just plain old pasta. All right, now on to the Chili Inferno. I'm really excited to get all the sauces, or at least theirs, off their show and try those. I think they're gonna be good. All right, this one's gonna be warm because it was just a little sip I took. It's pretty good on here too. Flavor-wise, that first one is just the best for these. I think it may taste the best, period. So for my scale on flavor, it definitely goes 1, 2, 3 for flavor. And for heat, obviously, it's supposed to. If I were to go back for a second dip on flavor, it'd be the first one. The hottest one is probably like a 7. Like, not enough to give me hiccups. It may be enough to make my nose run, but it already was. So I don't know. I don't think. But it's not bad. If you got a heat tolerance, try it. It's pretty good. I think that last one would be a little bit aggressive of heat on pasta. Because like I'll do like a dash of crushed red pepper or like a little sprinkle of hot sauce for some flavor. But when it comes to pasta, I don't like my pasta super hot. But it's going on some because I got 3 jars to use up now. So now what I need to do is get started on these burgers. So this whole Cheeto crusted cheeseburger thing, it's been around for a long time, I know this. But I've never got around to trying it, mostly because I just didn't know if I'd like it. I like Cheetos, pretty much any of the flavors, and I like cheeseburgers, but I don't know, it just sounds odd to me, but I had to finally give it a try. Now, I saw one video that used regular Cheetos, which would be fine. One used the Flamin' Hots, which would be good. But I like these, they're really tasty. So we're gonna crush these up and give it a shot. All right, we're just gonna kind of put some in a Ziploc baggie here. Try not to dump them all over the snow. Maybe that many? I don't know how many it's gonna take, but crush them up and see. I really don't know the best way to crush these up without breaking the bag, but we'll figure it out. Not super effective. Well, that took forever, but it did work finally. These bags are very strong bags, by the way. I guess it's just Handy Wrap's brand, but I don't know, I gave it a pretty good beating. I just went with pre-made because I thought it'd be the easiest. I could just roll it in the crumbs and throw it in a skillet. So that's what we're gonna try. Angus 8515 beef steak burger. This was probably Walmart's brand. It doesn't really say, but I'm guessing it's their brand because it was just sitting like in their beef department area section. All right, I think I'm just gonna throw them on a plate. Maybe an egg wash deal. Maybe just some like cooking spray would help it stick maybe. I don't know. I've never done this. Let's figure it out. I don't know. I didn't spray it. I feel like it should stick to it fairly decently anyways. I don't know. I really no idea. Maybe I could just kind of smash the crumbs into it. Yeah, I probably should have done egg wash really. Oh, too late now. We're already committed. This is how we're doing it. That seems to be slightly effective enough. I don't know. Let's fry it, see what happens. Got a little toast on the buns. Got the Cheeto patty, which cooked a little darker than I thought it would. Probably still raw in the middle, but I don't know. And we're going with the jalapeno Kraft, maybe. I think it was from last week. Go on top with some onion. Nice crispy bacon we cooked. Definitely like a little pickle on mine. I like a little mayo on mine too. So we'll try that. I don't really know what sauce to put on here. I don't think the ragu would taste right on there. Finally, a little more Cheetos dust on top. This is going to be ridiculous. I don't know how you're supposed to even eat that. All right, let's see how this thing turned out. I can't even figure out how to grab it. Like, it definitely cooked. There's just the slightest bit of pink in there, which is what I wanted. So I'm really not sure why the Cheetos got so dark. I don't know. I'm gonna try to squish this down and get a bite. I don't know. That is a cross section now. It actually has an alright flavor. I don't taste as much Cheeto as I thought I would. Yes, sometimes the beard is messy, but sometimes it's helpful. That just caught a piece of onion and a piece of bacon. I will say one thing. For the Cheetos looking darker like that, like they're not black, but they're pretty dark. It doesn't taste burnt at all. I don't think that's right, but maybe. I would say if you try it, maybe turn your fire down a little bit. I think I threw a few too many sticks on there. That was only half as filling. Okay, I'm going to finish the rest of that before it turns into an icicle. I'm definitely not going to make you guys watch that again, because that had to be a little much. Let me finish that. We can get that fire going, because it's cooling down pretty dramatically. Like, I got some icicles forming here. Okay, dinner's done. Mess is not cleaned up at all. There's stuff everywhere. And with that being said, I will say that I probably wouldn't do that again. It was good, but it wasn't amazing. Like, not worth that kind of hassle. When it comes to a burger, I'm more of like a, I don't know what you would call it, like the purist side of the thing. Like some people say the best thing on a burger is just like a little salt, a little pepper, on a flat top grill, whatever. You ain't got to go crazy with the seasonings. You don't have to do anything too fancy. Maybe grill some onions with it, or like raw onion on top. I know a lot of people are a fan of that. And then some people are just like onion and pickle. That's just me. Like, I don't like a ton of sauces. I don't need anything fancy. I don't need like aged cheese and truffle and aioli. Sure, they're good, but my favorite burger is a smash burger with American cheese, onion, pickle, no sauce. I've never been a ketchup person, but I used to do mayo as a kid on burgers. I got out of that for a long time, and I just recently kind of started doing that again. I don't mind some mustard on a burger sometimes, but that's really it. So I would say for me next time, get old smash burger. That would definitely be plenty sufficient. And just as tasty. But it was fun. Definitely worth giving a shot. You guys might like it. And yeah, I guess don't get discouraged if the Cheeto crumbs kind of get a little dark when you're cooking it. Zero burnt taste. Okay, so now that it's almost dark and a few good degrees colder than before, I think I'm going to get this mess cleaned up, kick that grate off the fire, stoke that up real nice and tall. Try to relax a little bit. Well, fire's pretty nice, but that is the last of the wood we got. But let's do a weather check here. Got 9 degrees, but it looks like the temperature actually may go up a little bit. Yeah, It's 9 degrees now. Go to bed, we'll get up in the morning, it'll be 12 or 17 or 23 maybe. You can't see that. But it's gonna be sunny and warmer in the morning. So I think that negative degree stuff was not for today. Definitely got some time left in that fire, so what I think I'm gonna do is wait like 30 minutes, hop back there, fire up that buddy heater, get that kind of pre-cooking, and let this burn down and go to sleep. Well, we're in the back of the truck. The heat is kind of working. So I don't know how long this is going to last because this has already gotten 2 cold once. Turned it on low. I kind of pointed it at the tank, you know what I mean, like to kind of keep it warm. And I came back and checked on it like 30 minutes and it was out. So now we're on high. So maybe that extra heat will help keep this warm and keep it from freezing up. I don't know. We're not doing great. I think we're still like 8-9 degrees. Like, it's not that cold in here. So I'm not sure why it froze up or did what it did. Hopefully I didn't get like a faulty tank somehow. I never have, but I don't know. We're gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna lay down. I might actually zip up the sleeping bag for once, just in case. I don't know. I wake up in the middle of the night completely frozen. You guys will know about it. Other than that, I guess I'll see you in the morning. Well, we just don't have heat. It just won't do anything. So guess we just get a sleeping bag and a comforter. I'll give this a shot for a while. Well, I made it through the night. That's a plus. I really didn't even get that cold at all. Like my toes got just a little chilly, but not bad. I'm gonna say for no heat, that's a definite win. I know it got fairly chilly through the night. See, my lantern here has got frost on it, if you can see that. Yeah, my water froze solid. It was sitting right beside me. Well, I guess it's time to get up. Maybe have a coffee. This place also has a shower. I think a hot shower sounds pretty good. And it's about ready for some breakfast. Okay, let's get up. Apparently got a few large pet rabbits. Shower was nice and refreshing. But now, stop screaming at me. I'm ready for coffee, that's for sure. This one is different, I do believe. Breyer's Cookies and Cream iced coffee. It says Victor Allen's. Some of you have seen me have these before. I don't love ice cream at all. Like, I have it every once in a great while. Cookies and cream's all right. I'm more of a mint person if I'm going for ice cream, but figure's different. We'll give it a shot. Literally been fighting this thing for like 3 minutes straight. Who are they trying to keep out of this coffee? I don't know. Do I just smash it off a rock and chug it out of the hole that it makes? I don't know what to do here. Definitely need shaking up. So I'm gonna do that first and then try to force this cap off, I guess. Hey, there we go. It kind of tastes like cookies and cream. Like maybe some cheap cookies and cream. Awfully sweet though. Wow. One whole bottle was the serving, 240 calories. There's worse. Honestly, I expected it to be more like 280. I'll finish it, but I don't love it. I'd get it again if I had to, but I don't know, it's tolerable. I'll give it a 5. Alright, next stop, breakfast. Or maybe lunch. Running a little late now. I don't know. Stick around, let me see what we can find. Alright, apparently Hardee's has some kind of breakfast wrap. So let's give it a shot. It's kind of hard finding breakfast today actually, because apparently there's some kind of bird flu going around. And eggs are hard to come by, I'm being told. I don't know. It's always something, like literally. Anyway, so you can get this thing with sausage, egg, and cheese or bacon, egg, and cheese. Well, I said sausage, egg, and cheese, add the bacon. Because I want all the meat I can get in my wrap or burrito or breakfast sandwich. So, just do it right. They also have little hash browns just like everybody else. They look pretty much just like everybody else's. A little crispy, next to no salt at all. They have a hot sauce. No idea what this is. Flavor fresh. Never heard of it. Pretty good hot sauce actually. It's definitely got that vinegar bite to it, but it's not like overbearing. Flavor's not bad. I would definitely get that again. I'm gonna give those hash browns like a 4.1. Some of the weaker ones I've tried so far. This breakfast wrap is not very big, but definitely has plenty of sausage in there. Definitely looks more like a breakfast taco than a wrap. How it's like open topped. But it smells good, so we're gonna give it a shot. As you can see, one bite was like a third of it. So if you're pretty hungry, I'll probably get 2 of those. For the hot sauce, it's definitely gonna get like a 3 on heat. But I'd give it like a 6.9, maybe even a 7 on flavor. It's really not too bad at all. Tea's good. Tea's definitely a 7. All right. See if this hot sauce helps these hash browns. Yep, definitely helps. So just kind of piled up 2 pieces of sausage right in the middle. So first bite had a little sausage, the last one's gonna have none. Just scoot it on back so it's a little more even. That's the bite right there. Hash browns, hot sauce, bacon, sausage, egg, and cheese. Much better. The wrap honestly isn't terrible. It's not very warm. It's not very big. It's not very evenly built. And this small combo was $8.05, I think. Worth it? Not in my opinion. But tastes all right. I'm gonna give the wrap like a, what did I give a croissant sandwich? Because it's about where a croissant sandwich is for fast food. We're not talking real food here, you know what I mean? Obviously, you cook breakfast at home. That's like a 9 or a 10 if you do it right. So a 7 is a pretty high score for fast food if you think about it. That's probably right around a croissant sandwich, maybe a little less. I'm gonna give it like a 6-8. Like, that's pretty generous, I do believe, considering. All right, done with that. So I'm going home. I'm gonna get this video done for you guys and get it ready to put out tomorrow. Thank you guys for coming along. Hope you enjoyed the video. Definitely a nice chilly camp. I need to figure out a better setup for that propane if we're going to be in that cold of weather, which I don't think next week is supposed to be that cold, like down to the single digits and all that. So should be all right, but might figure something else out. But anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. Definitely think about that like, share, and subscribe option. Definitely leave me a comment. Sometimes it takes me a day or two to get back to you, but I enjoy talking to you guys. I have no idea what we're getting into next week, but we'll figure it out. We always do. But for now, thanks for watching.